Hi everyone, I'm Warren Beamish, CEO of Pay Me, Pay You.
Hi folks, I'm Doug Hawkins and I'm here today with Pay Me, Pay You. We're at a national conference of people interested in the payments industry. We have a new product here that we think is a disruptive technology. It has so many advantages to the consumer, and that what makes it so compelling. It's a product that will really reduce fraud and identity theft down to nil. It's a low-cost product. It's very user-friendly, easy to use, and it will allow merchants to be credited immediately.
Product allows a person to essentially go on the internet, any website, identify something they want, and with one click, buy it for cash without any personal identity. It's fully paid, and the merchant is paid in milliseconds, and everybody's happy. The money stays in the banks, never leaves the banking system, so there's no possibility of fraud or identity theft. They would download the app from their bank. It would just sit on there, and all it does is download, and you have this token, and the token, then you can go online just the same way as you would in payment. You can go online to anybody who effectively, any person that you wanted to buy a merchant from who has a website. The consumer goes online to his bank and says, I want a couple $100 of spending money. The bank downloads a token, which is a highly encrypted token that says that they have put a couple $100 into a reserve account. With that token, I can go to any merchant that essentially has our app software, see what's on their website, push one button and say, I want that. The tokens download to the merchant. The merchant sends that token to his bank. The bank verifies that the token is okay. That money is deposited in the merchant's bank account, and a new token is sent back to the consumer with the net result of the balance of money that they have in the holding account. Out of the $200, you can spend 10 cents, 25 cents. Initially, we wanted to sell digital content for 5 cents, 10 cents, 25 cents, and it all works very smoothly, and the publisher gets the money immediately deposited to their bank account.
So it's a user-friendly system, extremely easy to use, and some of the features are the high level of safety and security, and no need for the consumer to disclose all kinds of personal information.
It will be released in about, hopefully less than a year, if we get the required approvals. What we need to get is that the Department of Finance agrees that this is a necessary thing in the Canadian consumer. I'm not asking them for endorsement, I'm just asking them to basically say yes, and then we have to get the Canadian Payments Organization to agree to download software to the banks as is needed. It's a Canadian thing because we have the interbank payment system with the 6 banks, so that you can go to any one bank and have the money from but then immediately we would go internationally, and I have a major US company that says if you work in Canada, we will basically replicate the Canadian payments operation in the United States between a number of major banks so that it can work in the same manner. Very simply, you call your bank and say, my phone's been sold and stolen, and they just take the money that was in their holding account and put it back in your bank account. And what's on in the token has no value at all. Nobody can use it, can spend with it, or do anything with it. Only you can send it to essentially to somebody. And if you tell the bank, hey, put the money back in my account, it's back in your account. That's one of the difficulties, is that the banks perceive us as a form of competition, because right now they have a revenue stream from the third-party payment organizations where they spend the money. There is really no reason why the bank should charge anything. They should charge the client for downloading the app, so charge a one-time fee for downloading the app. But the banks get a big advantage because if they take the money out of your account and hold it, they keep that as working capital for them, so that in actual fact that money is available to them. In addition to that, the banks can make loans against it or do anything that they want, so that there are some significant advantages to the bank, but there isn't a major revenue stream for them.
In the system for payments in Canada today, as we know it, banks rely heavily on things like Visa, MasterCard, Interac. The question comes up, will this technology, pay me, pay you, revolutionize the system? Will it enable savings for banks and for consumers alike?
Absolutely, no question. In fact, at this conference today, there were people who talked about they do $60 to $100 million worth of expense, and that can virtually be mostly eliminated using the Pay Me, Pay You technology. Because it gets eliminated very simply because there is no third-party payment fee involved. The token gets downloaded, it gets paid, gets returned, and in actual fact there is no that third-party payment credit process is very expensive, because when you want to buy something on your credit card, then the merchant has to go online and verify that you are who you are and whether you can pay, and you get all kinds of information which can be used by third-party people who want to steal your identity. All of that process is totally eliminated. It's no longer necessary. I would like any merchant who thinks that they might like to use this technology to send me, Warren Beamish, at gmail.com, a short one-paragraph, one-sentence email stating, we would love to see this technology happen. We will be making a presentation to the Minister of Finance next month, and we will be tabling those. We're hoping to have at least 50 to 100 merchants who essentially are telling us they want this to happen, and at least 6 to 10 major merchants, big ones like the people that were here, Walmart and Best Buy were at this conference. That's the kind of major merchant we would love to see confirming that yes, that this makes sense.